Hi, hello, welcome if you're new here or welcome back. Either way, hi. I do not own this fanfiction, nor do I own the picture used in this video, sorry. With that being said, hopefully you enjoy it. Yuka's POV. I growl rose in my throat as I saw Yuri hug Juan for the third time today. Why does she keep hugging her? I thought as I lit a cigarette. Hey guys, I need to use the bathroom. I saw one not too far away from here. Juan said, Oh, I'll come with you. Yuri chirped. I noticed Mayuko narrowing her eyes at Juan, jealous of the fact that Yuri was wanting to be around Juan so much. I began to walk over them, me planning on escorting Juan myself, since she is my girlfriend. Juan noticed me and smiled before grabbing my hand and squeezing it. Yuri and I are going to go to the bathroom real quick. Can you take a watch? She asked me with her cute smile. I wanted to protest, and then Yuri smiled at me. Don't worry about your girlfriend. I will protect her if there's a mask, she said. I frowned, thankful for the mask hiding my facial expressions. Hey, I can protect myself if there is trouble, Juan exclaimed at Yuri. Yuri giggled before grabbing Juan's hand, which resulted in mine being dropped and left alone. I know you can protect yourself, but I'm just saying that I will die for you too, she giggled before holding her hands close to her chest. Oh, thanks, Juan laughed nervously as Yuri put her hands on her chest, her smiling back at her, not realizing what she is doing. Yuri, my hands are on your boob, Juan said nervously. Yuri caught on, instantly let her go. I'm sorry, Juan. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable in any way if I did, she apologized as Juan snickered. Don't worry about it, it's fine, Juan said to her. A small smile spread across my face as I watched her laugh and smile. She glanced at me and grinned. Okay, but Yuri and I will be back. Bye, Juan exclaimed before her and Yuri left, leaving Mayuko and I sighing loudly. We glanced at one another in surprise and then snickered. So you're jealous too, then? I asked. Her face flushed red and she looked at me with wide eyes. She frowned and shook her head. No, of course not, she denied, as she crossed her arms and pouted. I laughed and shook my head. Maybe you should tell her how you feel, I said. She sighed. I don't feel like losing her if I do, and have her reject me and then our friendship be over, she said. I smirked as I looked at her. Then you do like her? I asked. Her eyes widened as she realized what she just admitted to and took out her knife. Don't say anything to her, or you will suffer the consequences, she said with a bright red face. I laughed and nodded. Sure. I wouldn't say anything to her about it, I said, nodding. She nodded and put her knife away. Thanks, she said, as she tapped her foot on the ground. She paused and felt her look at me. Wait, did you say that you were jealous? She asked. I didn't say anything, feeling embarrassed. Hey, don't get quiet on me now. You made me admit it, so you should admit it too, she explained as she glared at me. I sighed. All right, I am jealous of you, Yuri, I said. She raised an eyebrow. Why? She asked. I looked at her. Same reason you are jealous, I said. She put a finger on her chin and frowned, thinking about it and then gasping and nodding, finally understanding. Oh, the touch. Yeah, I can see why, she said. I nodded. She then smirked at me. So, what are you going to do about it? She asked. I raised my eyebrows in surprise at her question. What am I going to do about it? I asked her. She nodded. Her smirk grew the longer she looked at me. I shook my head and shrugged. I don't know, I said. She sighed. Whatever. This is between you and Juan, she said, shrugging. We both sighed and then froze. Shouldn't they be back by now? I asked her. She nodded. Yeah, she said, then beginning to frown. But what if it was further away, or she had to take a shit? She asked as she began to laugh. I gasped and then nodded, holding my chin. You do have a point, I said. She giggled and she motioned for me to go. Just go on and you check. Guan is sleeping, so I'll watch her, she said. I looked over and noticed that Guan is indeed sleeping. I sighed. Okay, I said, before leaving, listening for where Wan and Yuri are. My eyes widened as I heard Wan yell out, her seeming like she is struggling. I quickly ran to the sound, hoping for Wan to be okay. She has Yuri to take care of her, but I still want to be there for her, I thought as I hurried to find her. Once I made it to the hallway, I peeked from behind the wall and saw Wan and Yuri being taken hostage. My eyes widened as I aimed my gun as I saw the mask holding Wan touching her. A growl rose in my throat and I began to get mad. I put my finger on the trigger and shot at him, killing him and then killing the man who held Yuri. They looked at me with wide eyes and I quickly ran to them, looking at Wan worriedly. Damn, can't say. Are you okay? I asked her. I looked at Yuri. How about you? I asked her. They both nodded. Don't worry, we're fine. Thank you for helping us, Wan said as I looked at her and my eyes narrowed. I can't say it, I'm sorry. As Yuri hugged her again. I'm so glad you didn't get hurt, Wan, Yuri explained. Wan smiled as she hugged her back. She then noticed something off and looked at me, a small frown on her face. I crossed my arms and looked at them. Wan pulled away and smiled at Yuri. Okay, Yuka and I are going to catch up. How about you go on ahead? Wan asked her. She nodded and smiled before saying goodbye to us, smirking at me before leaving. Wan turned to me and I sighed as I began to unhook my mask. What's wrong? Are you okay? I got her off by grabbing her chin and smashing my lips on hers. Her eyes widened as I wrapped my arms around her waist, and I kissed her, then pushing her and pinning her against the wall. Yuka, she said, with her wide eyes as I began kissing her neck. I looked at her before peppering her face with kisses. Mine, I said. She frowned. What? She asked. I growled. You're mine to touch, I said. Not seductively. I didn't say it like that, but okay. As I traced her jawline with my finger, she shrugged, and her face flushed as my statement. I chuckled and began to smirk before kissing her again, her arms now wrapping around my neck as I trailed my hands down to her ass and pulled her closer to me, making her squeak out. Hey, hey, hey! So maybe you could imagine what happens next. Maybe. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. I do not own this fanfiction, nor do I own the picture used in this video. With that being said, have a nice day, night, afternoon, midnight, whenever you're hearing this. Yeah. Well, anyways, goodbye. Bye-bye.